Next is force on a continuous distribution of charges. Force due to continuous distribution of charges. Suppose the first case is linear distribution of charge. That means when you are talking one dimensionally. Linear distribution of charge means charge is distributed over a length. When you are talking about some length, and then the charge is distributed over a length, then we will calculate the linear distribution of charge. Suppose you have taken a wire AB. It has a length L. Let Q is the charge distributed over its length, plus Q is the charge distributed over its length. You have to around its influence, around its this charged wire, let P is a point where you want to find out the force. Now remember, wherever you want to find out the force, you will place a test charge over that. That is Q0, and Q0 is always positive. Wherever you want to find out the force, you will place a test charge. What is the test charge? Test charge is always positive. Now consider, now we have taken length L. It has the charge Q distributed on its length. Let P is a point where you want to find out the force. This point P is at a position vector of r vector from the center. It has a unit vector r cap. Now consider a small length dl. Let dq is a charge over this length. Then what is lambda? Lambda is, I told you, when you are talking about the charge distributed over a length, then lambda is taken as dq by dl. So what is dq? dq is lambda into dl. Remember, wherever we want to find out the force, we will keep a test charge on it. Now force, because of this, the force at point P because of the small element dl. That is, suppose df vector 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the charge on it? Q0. What is the charge on this small length? dq. So dq into q upon r square. This is magnitude. A vector is magnitude multiplied by its unit vector. So this is magnitude multiplied its unit vector. What is the unit vector for that? That is distance क्या है दोनों के बीच में. What is the unit vector along it? That is r cap. Now this was for a very small element dl. Now for a whole length, what you will do? You will integrate it. The total force on a test charge Q0 due to the whole wire, it will be integrated, integration of df along a length L. That means you will take the line integral. This is called as, when you're talking about the integration, and integration is on a length, then it is called as line integral. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq q0 upon r square. Now see, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q0 is constant, will be taken out, lambda. Now what is dq? See, just now we calculated what is dq. dq is lambda dl. Put the value of dq, lambda dl upon r square into r cap, integral of this. This is called as force due to a length, due to a continuous distribution of, due to the linear distribution of charge. This much is a force. Now the next is similar to surface distribution of charge. That means two-dimensionally, when you are talking about when the charge is distributed over a surface continuously, uniformly, when the charge is distributed continuously, uniformly over a surface, we call it as a surface charge distribution. This was linear charge distribution, and this is surface charge distribution. Now suppose you have taken a surface S. Let it has a uniform continuous charge is distributed over a surface is Q. Take some small area of this surface S. Let this be ds. Let P is a point where you want to find out the force. It has a charge Q0. The distance between point P and a surface element is r vector, and r cap is a unit vector along this. Now force at point P, this is df vector 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the charge on small area? dq into q0 r square. This was a magnitude into unit vector, that is r cap. Now as we know that charge is distributed over surface, so what you will find out? Surface charge density, that is sigma. Sigma is dq by ds. Charge distributed per unit area is called as surface charge density and it is representing by sigma. So what is dq? Sigma ds. Put the value of dq over here. Sigma ds q naught r square into r cap. The total force, how to find out the total force? We will simply integrate over a surface S. Now this integration is called as surface integral. When you do the integration over a length, then it is called as line integral. When you do a integration over a surface, then it is called as surface integral. Q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught will come inside surface integral of sigma by r square into ds into r cap. This is the force due to the surface distribution of charge. Now next we have volume distribution of charge. That means when you are talking three dimensionally, volume distribution of charge, when the charge is distributed over in the volume of that means you have taken a bowl, the whole volume of that bowl. When the charge is continuously distributed over a volume, then it is called as volume charge distribution. In the same way, suppose Q is V is the volume, Q is the charge distributed over a volume V. Consider a small volume element, that is dV. It has a charge dq. Let P is a point where you want to find out the force. Do one thing, take a position vector of this as r vector. Let r cap is a unit vector vector in the direction of this. Now electrostatic force on q naught, that is at a point P. dF vector 1 by epsilon naught charge q1 q2 dq into q naught upon r square into r cap. Now for the total volume, what you will do? You will do the volume integral of this. So as we know that the charge is distributed over a volume, so we will find out volume charge density, that is rho dq by dv. So what is dq from here? That means charge per unit volume is volume charge density. So dq will be rho dv. Put the value of dq over here, rho dv. Now take out q naught 4 by 4 pi epsilon naught common from this integral. What is left inside? Rho dv upon r square into r cap. This is the force due to volume distribution of charge. Now we will do some question based on it. What charge would be required to electrify a sphere of radius 25 centimeters so as to get a surface charge density of 3 by pi coulomb per meter square? Now what is given to you? Coulomb per meter means Q by A. So what is given to you? Sigma. So what is R given to you? 25 centimeter. R is 25. This is in meter. This is in centimeter. You will convert first centimeter into meters. Now what is the radius of sphere given to you? 25 centimeters. So this will be 25 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 meter. What is sigma given to you? Sigma is 3 by pi coulomb per meter square. We know the formula of sigma. Sigma is charge per unit area. Now so you want to find out charge. So what is Q? Q is sigma into S. Sigma into S. What is S? S is, it is a sphere. So surface area of sphere is 4 pi square. Now sigma is given to you how much? 3 by pi. 3 by pi. What is 4 pi r square? 4 pi r square is this. So when you will calculate, pi will be cancelled and the total charge on the sphere is 0.75 coulomb. Thank you.